that shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit, y'all know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood. I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapping the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complex. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey.
I got you. Let it vibe real quick. Look. The city eyes. It's time to vote God. My God, a real nigga. Cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shot in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, but tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation falls till you fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. Colder than the avalanche, way above average. Fierce taste sweet, told him make me an apple crisp. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Java, come on, man. Dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evans to a mall quad. Telling me how the crackers turn his childhood to a ghost town. Focus out, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, no tangent. Try to warn them niggas we bear arms like tarantulas. Them mother niggas rap, I make anthems. I really seen prophets under this banner. Made my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty Diana. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo, spirit Asian, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Pay me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. round with Yara down. Just left the state bridge, looking for a bitch better than baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
Yeah, those are messed up, no. Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, be whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I go with the fuck. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even Lord or this Lord told that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about any part. I need a Vaseline like my Nina Pumper bar. Tokezak, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like the dark. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shane Shaw. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Harper Free. Try to hope it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Told them boys we taking notes. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I'm making this like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, the whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the fart. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a
Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Do a quick sound check. Salakia. Test, test, test. Most high Christ. That's all we needed. Let's go ahead and clap it up, man. Hey, shalom, Israel. Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shah Barakatham to the Akim. Yahweh Shema Alathan Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shah to the Akwathim. We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. Since 1969, we've been bringing out the truth of the Bible, and that truth is that the so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true biblical Jews, you understand? And that our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. The ISUPK is not affiliated with any other Christian organizations, Muslim mosques, Hindu temples, Rastafarian smoke ciphers, or any other nonsense you can think of. You understand? We stand alone in this fight. Waking up the Lord's chosen people. All right. So tonight we're going to get into our Wednesday night law class. Those of you that are tuning in online, you see the sign in the chat. Make sure you click that link and sign in to get credit for your attendance, okay? So you get that Hebrew name, all right? You brothers, you know what I'm saying? You want parts of this. You finding yourself, especially this time of year, struggling. You're finding yourself confused, and you just for some reason you just can't get with the madness that you see going on. It's just something about it that just doesn't fit. You finding yourself confused, and you stroll across this class, and you come across these priests and prophets of the Lord in the ISUPK, and you go ahead and start wearing that all black. You understand? That's the first thing you do. You just go ahead and start wearing all black, and just kind of make a commitment to just seeing what this is really about. Okay, get into these classes. Got classes pretty much 5 nights a week, but we got radio shows, podcasts, you name it. All right. ISUPK.com is the hub where you can find all of the information you need, no matter what city you're in on the planet. All right. We are worldwide. We are global. All right. So there's no excuses. All right. If you want this information, you can get it. Tonight's class, again, we're talking about the law. All right. The biblical law, the law according to the Bible, the law according to the Most High. And the thing about this law is the law is basically what the Most High gave his children. It's his rules and instruction for his children. And his children are the children of Israel. All right. It's the covenant that he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yeah, like that those will be his people. You understand? And that's who we are today, the 12 tribes all over the globe. You understand? The people that the world looks down on, the people that the world, what they say, love to hate, right? That's who we are. And the Most High's laws are his instructions to us. And somehow, some way, we find ourselves in such a destroyed state because we've gotten away from his law. We've gotten away from our all-knowing Father's instructions. We've gotten away from, the wisdom and the knowledge that, if we would just listen to and obey, we would understand that his instructions are superior. You understand? The things he wants us to do and the things he wants us to refrain from doing are absolutely logical and practical. They make sense and it's beneficial to us. It is the only cure for the Lord's chosen people is to get back to keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High gave us. We need to get back to following his instructions. Now, here's the issue. We live in a wicked society. We live in, especially here in the hells of America, or pretty much all over the globe under this oppressor. We live in, societies where there are different laws, you understand, that we're given. There are different rules and expectations that are set out, for the people and the masses to kind of conform to. And we're going to get into one tonight that's very relevant. And that's that damn holiday called Christmas, right? What it said, that society says that it's the most wonderful time of the year. Our oppressor's a liar. You understand? He is a liar. He is a deceiver. He is an adversary, but he is very crafty. He is very cunning. He is very skilled at mind control and subjecting people to influence and very subtle persuasion, which is why we find ourselves immersed in this holiday season where you can't escape it. You understand? You can't escape the Christmas songs. You can't escape the Christmas lights. You can't escape the Christmas decorations. You can't escape the wreaths. You can't escape the bows. You can't escape the bells. You cannot escape this massive tradition, which makes it hard for us to understand that, it makes it hard for us to accept that our God, our Father, wants us to have nothing to do with it. Despite how normal it is, despite how popular it is, despite how, it's supposed to be so joyous and cheerful and so damn jolly, our Father doesn't want us to participate. Now, you can imagine how tough that is, right? We've all felt it coming out of this world, shedding ourselves of the world. That Christmas holiday season, because it's bigger than just the one day. You understand? Like it encompasses pretty much a month. They're like a month and a half. The end of November through the beginning of January is all the same spirit. It's the same holiday season where you better get down with the get down, right? You better participate. This society expects you to do Christmas, right? How do we know that doing Christmas is mandatory? How do we know that doing Christmas is mandatory in this land? You better do Christmas. Or what do they call you if there's a couple things they'll call you if you don't participate in the holiday festivities? If you don't go to the Christmas parties, you don't, wear the ugly sweater, right? When everybody else is saying, let's wear an ugly sweater today. Let's wear red and green today, right? Let's wear the little Santa hat. What are you considered? What are some names of a person who says, no, I'm not participating in that? Just two I can think of. All of y'all? Yeah, they call you Scrooge, right? Everybody remember the story called Christmas Carol? Scrooge, he wasn't with that nonsense. He was about making his money. He thought that the celebration of Christmas was a waste of money. You understand? It was poor financial behavior to do Christmas. He's like, to hell with that. So in society, you'll be considered a Scrooge, a derogatory term. You understand? Like it's meant to be like a negative jab at you if you're not participating. What's the other one that they'll consider you if you don't participate? Green fella. I'm a wine.
Mr. Grinch.
Call you Mr. Grinch, right? Some terrible little, green Dr. Seuss character that's running around trying to take Christmas from everybody and ruin the damn holiday. So they've got names for people who don't celebrate Christmas, and they're not intended to be good names. You understand? But here's the thing. Our Father don't give a damn what they call us. Our Father does not care how they view us or how they feel about our absenteeism from their festivities, from their celebrations. All right. The Lord wants us to leave it alone, ignore it. He wants us to come out of it, detach from it. Okay. And we're going to get into the reasons why. I mean, again, a lot of us are just ignorant. A lot of us are ignorantly just following along with the traditions of the slave master because that's what our ancestors were just forced to do. You understand? Thanks to Stockholm syndrome, but it goes beyond that. In all of the captivities we were in, they didn't have the term Stockholm syndrome, but our people found ourselves when pressed by society, with that, the threat of persecution, with the threat of being ostracized and criticized for not going along with the power structure, there was always negative consequences. And we as a people, when we would fall weak, when we wouldn't stand for the Most High, we would just go along with their traditions and do the silly things that they do. You understand? So we're going to get into it. Again, some of us don't even know that not celebrating Christmas, you know what I'm saying? Like that the Bible is against Christmas expressly, directly. The Bible is directly against the celebration of Christmas. We're going to get into it today. Again, in this captivity, our oppressor has been so skillful at twisting the truth and, just manipulating us. In the Christian church, we think that Christmas is about Jesus. We've been taught that Christmas is about Yahweh Shai. When, the Christmas tradition was going on long before Christ himself. All right. Like it had nothing to do with Christ. Still doesn't have anything to do with Christ. Even when they try to take Christ and throw him in there, that's such a heinous thing to do. You know what I'm saying? For such a righteous person. You understand? For such a righteous man, right? For our king to associate him with this nonsense. I mean, it's a slap in his face, right? So we're going to get into the Bible, man. We're going to talk about the scriptures that clearly talk about these pagan and heathen traditions and how the Lord's chosen people are supposed to refrain from it. And then we're going to get into the whole practical reason why, not that we ever do, but even if you're a person that has a hard time believing the Bible, maybe you'll just understand that this is a destructive tradition. This is a tradition that is rooted in a lot of pain, a lot of sadness, a lot of stress, a lot of depression. You understand? Like and hell, financial. We'll get into that. All right. So we're going to jump into it. We're going to do, let me get the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11, if I could. If you guys got any questions online, you can always type them in the chat. You understand? We don't run from questions. We stand on what we teach, and you understand? We stand on this. All right. Aliyah, you got that? Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11.
Go ahead.
When I was a child.
When what?
When I was a child.
When I was a child. We were all children at once, right? We all grow up, right? We all were born and we go through stages of development, right? When I was a child, you used to be. It's past tense. We all used to be children. Keep reading.
I spake as a child.
I did what?
I spake as a child.
You spake as a child. Go ahead.
I understood as a child.
Uh-huh.
I thought as a child.
You spake as a child. You understood as a child. You thought as a child. You were a child. You had childish thoughts. You understand? You had that childish imagination, you know, that childish cluelessness. You understand? Now, this is something that is, I mean, damn, we've all been through it. If you're an adult or even if you're a teenager, you can think back to a time in your life where you used to think differently than you do now. You understand? You didn't know then what you know now. And that's all of us, man. That isn't just talking from a natural developmental standpoint. That's talking about our spiritual development as well. You understand? As we grow into men and women of the Lord, coming into this truth, we're very young. You understand? That's why we refer to brothers and sisters just coming into these classes. Some of y'all online right now just viewing, you know, you don't have a Hebrew name or none of that. You don't, you know what I'm saying? You're not there yet. You would be considered a young man and a young woman. You understand? That's it. You're a young man. You're young. You don't, you're still thinking that Christmas is an innocent, you know, festive event. You're just young. It's not your fault. You're young. Who blames the child? Keep reading. But that's, however, on the other hand, go ahead.
When I became a man.
When you became what?
A man.
A what?
A man.
Yeah, when you become a man, time passes, you have experiences, and then you become a man. You start to grow. You start to learn some things. You start to know some things. You understand? Keep reading.
I put away childish things.
What do?
I put away childish things.
When you become a man, you do what?
I put away childish things.
That way you used to think?
I put away childish things.
Listen, you got to put that stuff away. Huh? That kid that would just, you know, eat stuff off the ground. Come a time where you know, you got to go wash that off at least. Huh? Or go put that in the trash. Huh? There's a childish way to think. We used to think that Christmas was innocent. Huh? Some of us, you know, older young men, you got our families and stuff, man, and you're told that you know that God don't want you celebrating Christmas. You're like, oh damn, I can't celebrate Christmas. What about the kids? You fight for my kids deserve Christmas. I don't want them to be sad. I don't want them to go without. You understand? Yeah, but then you gotta put that thinking away. You gotta understand that Christmas just might be harming your child. Christmas just might be seeding something in your child that you're going to be having a hell of a hard time trying to seed out of them as they're transitioning into adulthood. We'll get into it. Keep reading.
Verse 12.
No, Salaki, we dropped that right there, right? So let me get the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1 through 7. And here's the thing. This is the same Bible that's in your church. This is the same Bible that is sitting up in that church, sitting up on your grandmother's table, on the nightstand. You understand? It's in them filthy hotels, right? In them drawers. This is the same Bible, man. A lot of y'all got a problem with what we're saying when we're just reading the Bible. A lot of you Christians don't really believe in the Bible. A lot of you Christians believe in church culture, but you don't believe in the Bible. Because when the Bible says some of these things directly, I mean, you find it very easy to just dismiss the parts of the Bible that you don't like. When what the hell is that? What else can you do that in? Like, what else can you do that and be effective at what it is you're learning? Huh? What you're getting taught math, you're learning your damn times tables 1 through 10, and you're gonna dismiss the 7, 8, and 9 times tables because they're a little bit more tricky. You understand? You just want to stick with the 2s and the 5s and the 10s. No, that ain't how this works, man. You got to take all of this. This is all good learning, man. So we're going to hear what the Bible has to say about this festive holiday. Go ahead. That was the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1. But actually, you hold that. Aliyah, grab me 2 Kings, chapter 22, verse 17, if you could, Baba Kashar. I don't see any questions in the chat. A lot of y'all worried about me wearing sunglasses. I mean, what the hell does that got to do with anything? Huh? That's a tradition, man. We wear sunglasses if we so choose to when we teach. You understand? That's that simple. I'm glad you're focused on that. Let's see if you go celebrate Christmas after this class. You got 2 Kings, the water.
2 Kings chapter 22, verse 17.
Go ahead.
Because they have forsaken me.
They had did what?
Forsaken me.
Because they have forsaken me. Don't you know the children of Israel like constantly forsake the Most High? We constantly turn our back on them. We constantly disobey them. We constantly go a whoring with all the other nations and their traditions. Keep reading.
And have burned incense unto other gods.
And did what?
And have burned incense unto other gods.
And have burned incense unto other gods, man. Imagine if celebrating Christmas is the equivalent of burning incense to other gods. It's the same as worshiping another god. Imagine if celebrating Christmas is the worship of another god, and the Bible is against that. That's forsaking the Most High. Imagine continuing to do it and still saying you believe in the Bible. Keep reading.
That they might provoke me to anger.
Might do what?
Provoke me to anger.
Might do what?
Provoke me to anger.
We better understand that this hellish condition that we are all sick of, that we're all tired of, the same old, the generational curses, all of that. Listen, if we tired of that, we got to understand that the Most High is punishing us for turning our back on him. We got to understand that the Most High is punishing us for doing this very thing. We'd rather go serve other gods than to serve him. We'd rather go obey the oppressor than obey the Most High. So we remain in these conditions, man, which is why the ISUPK fights tooth and nail 24/7 with all the different classes we have, all the different programs we have, all the different podcasts and radio shows, all the, all the damn social media posts. You understand? The brothers is breaking this down, breaking that current event down biblically. All this work that's being put in to wake us up to turning back to the Most High and realizing that following after the ways of the heathen is a big part of our destruction. Keep reading.
With all the works of their hands.
What?
With all the works of their hands.
With all the works of their hands. Let me get that Jeremiah chapter 10. The things that we do is what provokes the Most High. You understand? Our actions, what it is we do, it is what angers him. And we're going to talk about some of the things that we constantly do with our hands. Some of these things we love to do with our hands. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you.
Unto who?
Unto you.
Unto who?
Unto you.
See, the word of the Lord is spoken to a specific people, man. It ain't spoken to the whole world. You understand? It ain't spoken to the whole wide world. It ain't spoken to all the other nations. There's a division. There's a distinction between what the Most High is given to us and what the other people are doing. There's a difference. Keep reading.
O house of Israel.
Who?
House of Israel.
Who?
O house of Israel.
Oh, house of Israel. Notice that didn't say house of everybody. Huh? Keep reading.
Verse 2.
Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord.
Go ahead.
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Do what?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen. There's a way that heathens do things. There is a way that they will do things. There is a thing that there are things that they subscribe to, things that they believe in. And the Lord is telling us to not learn those ways. Don't get a whole bunch of experience with the way they do things, right? Keep reading.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
And what?
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. See, one thing you got to understand is the heathens, the other nations, a lot of these traditions and customs are rooted in solstices and equinoxes and, different cycles of the moon and different, phases, of the earth's rotation around the sun. And they see the stars and they go and get crazy about it. They go and interpret a whole bunch of weird things about it. And then, they go and make gods of it. You understand? Like there's a longest day of the year, there's a shortest day of the year. The heathen recognizes that and they say, oh, the shortest day of the year? Oh my God, this is a sign. This means something. We got to do something very, specific here. You understand? Because they're just carnal. You understand? And they worship the creations rather than the creator. You understand? Which is why in all different religions and customs around the world, you'll find that they all have a certain thing that they deify or that they worship. You understand? Like the cow, right? There are some cultures that worship the cow, right? There are some cultures that worship birds, eagles. There are some cultures that worship beetles and dogs. You understand? It goes on and on and on. Like this is what the heathens will do with the things that the Most High created. They'll go and worship these things like it's the Most High. And we, in our ignorance, go follow after them. And that's what we have to learn to not do. We can't go follow behind that nonsense. Keep reading.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
Yeah, they're dismayed. Their minds are blown and they get so weird and wild about it. They say, oh, we got to have, group relationships. You understand? In February, right? We got to have, we got to get, on New Year's, we got to get, super intoxicated to bring in the new year, right? And have a big, massive adult R-rated or X-rated event. You understand? To bring in the new year, because these are the signs that just make them crazy and full of lust, right? Keep reading.
Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain.
For their what?
The customs of the people are vain.
Their customs are vain. Now, what is vain? What's vain? No, vain is not, what's running through your body that's helping, move blood around. You understand? The highway for your blood. That is not what this vein is talking about. Aliyah. Yeah, something that has no value or purpose, man. It's something it's damn, it's not supposed to be something that's important. It's just a thing. You get what I'm saying? And here's the issue with things that are vain. Here's the issue with vain customs. We go into some of these customs, like it's one thing if it's just fruitless and just empty and it's just nothingness. It's different when you're looking to it as though it has substance. You get what I'm saying? Like if you're expecting, take like a sugar pill or like a placebo, like a pill with water in it, right? A capsule with just water in it. It's one thing to just take the damn capsule knowing that it's water. You're not really expecting anything from it. It's another thing if you've got, some type of illness and you're taking that pill thinking that it's doing something for that illness. You understand? So now instead of doing something else to treat that illness or to deal with that, ailment, you're not going to go do that other thing. You're going to take the water pill. You understand what I'm saying? I don't even think a water pill exists, but you get what I'm saying. Like it's you're going to take something that does nothing with the hope that it's going to do something. That's problematic. So we go into a holiday like Christmas. We go into the holiday season expecting joy, huh? This is the most wonderful time of the year. We're just going to have joy. Everything's a celebration. Everything's full of cheer. Everybody's supposed to be jolly, right? I'm going to buy my kids these gifts. Damn, don't even get me on that. No, we'll go there. We tell the kids that if they're naughty, they're not going to get any gifts. If they're well behaved, they're going to get gifts, right? Now, I did a few Christmases in my day. I don't remember ever not getting a gift when I sure as hell was naughty. You understand? I would get the gifts whether I was naughty or nice. So they have this tenet where you can use the gifts as an incentive for the kids to behave themselves. But it doesn't work, does it? The kids are bad as hell, and the kids get the gifts anyway. Well, now you really got a problem, because now you just taught your child that you're full of it. Your child knows that you don't stand on what you say. You said I was going to get a lump of coal. I got a new PlayStation. You understand? You've done more harm rather than just saying, no matter how you behave, we're just going to give you gifts. You know what I mean? Because the gifts they're not contingent upon your behavior. You're just going to get the gifts. You understand? Moving on. The customs of the people are vain. Go ahead.
For one, cut up a tree out of the forest.
They do what?
Cut up a tree out of the forest.
So there's a vain custom that the heathen does where they go and cut down a tree out of the forest. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of anyone going and cutting a tree down in the forest. Maybe they're making firewood with it. I have heard of that. I have heard of going and cutting down a tree, cutting it into pieces, and putting it to a fire to warm yourself. You understand? To cook some things. Maybe this is what they're doing when they go and cut the tree out of the forest. Let's not jump to conclusions. Continue.
The work of the hands of the workmen.
The work of what?
The work of the hands of the workmen.
Ain't that what they said? Go ahead.
With the axe.
With the axe. Ain't that what they said? We provoke the Most High to anger with the work of our hands. He gets pissed off at the things we do. You understand? So he sees us going and cutting down the tree. You just got to ask. Maybe we're about to make some firewood. How could the Most High be mad at us for making fire? Huh? Maybe we're not making fire. Maybe it's something else we're doing with this tree that we cut down. Keep reading.
Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold.
They do what?
They deck it with silver and with gold.
They deck it with silver and gold. They deck it. What does it mean to deck something? What is deck short for? I know y'all up on your Christmas carols, your Christmas carol songs. Huh? Aliyah. To decorate. So wait a minute. They go cut the tree down in the forest, and then they decorate it with silver and with gold. This is ringing a bell. This is kind of like sounding familiar. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I think there's a tradition that people do right here today that involves trees being cut down and then the trees being decorated with silver and gold. Keep reading.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not.
Okay. This is really ringing it. Now, I think I saw it on a cartoon once where they cut a tree down. They took it in the house. They nailed some boards down. They nailed some boards to the bottom of the tree in like a X pattern or a cross. So it would have, in essence, 4 legs so that it could stand upright. And they have to do this because what you just did to the tree, it won't stand on its own. So now the tree that you're decorating, the tree that you love, the tree that you just put this time and effort into, you now have to help it stand. This vain thing that you've done, you've taken a tree that probably would have been fine for firewood, but instead of using it for something that could benefit you, now you have to be a damn caregiver to the tree you just cut down. So you got to put legs on it so now it can stand up like it would have been doing if you just left the damn thing in the woods, in the forest. Oh, the silly traditions. Do you see how they kind of start to work against themselves? You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree.
So now they're standing up. Now it's upright. Go ahead.
But speak not.
But it speak not. It got nothing to say. Huh? You put some damn singing lights on it, maybe. I've seen that before. The lights that, sing and flash to the music. I mean, but speaking, like, what is it telling you? What is it teaching you? What is it saying to you? What are you getting from it? What are you learning from this tree? It says it speaks not. You ain't learning nothing from it. Nothing of value. Keep reading.
They must needs be born.
Yeah, they must needs be born. There's no life in it. There's nothing in it that can, like, it can't produce anything like you can. Keep reading.
Because they cannot go.
They can't move. They can't. It's describing something that's useless. It's useless. You've done all of this uselessly. All the energy wasted. You understand? Now your axe is a little less sharp. Huh? Because you've wasted it to chop down the tree and decorate it. Keep reading.
Be not afraid of them.
It said, be not afraid of them. Listen, do you understand how superstitious people are? Do you understand how, not just superstitious, do you understand how much control that tree has on Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans today? Do you understand that a tree is going up in that house? It's like you going to get the tree or am I getting the tree? Well, we got to have a tree. Even if it's a little tiny rink-a-dink tree that's, 1 foot high on a table, a tree is going up in the house. You understand? It just has to be done because you're afraid of the consequences of not putting a tree up. You understand? And look, you talk to brothers, what I'm saying, all throughout the year about that Christmas stuff. You know what I mean? And they kind of new to the truth. They hearing some of this talk and they be like, man, you know what? You right, man. You right. We ain't supposed to be doing that, man. This year, I ain't putting no tree up this year, man. Man, I ain't putting up no tree. Oh, it's easy then. It's easy to say that then. But now Thanksgiving passes, huh? They done ate that turkey, had the family over and all of that. Day after, that woman's wondering, where the hell is the tree? Oh, that brother's like, nah, we're not doing no tree this year. The hell we not? A tree is going up in that house one way or another. From fear. You understand? They fear what will happen if they don't. They fear what will happen if they don't put the tree up. They don't put the presents under it. They fear the backlash that they're going to get from, grandma. Huh? They fear the backlash that they're going to get from their children. What do you mean we're not having Christmas this year? That's not fair. Huh? This is some bullshit. That's how some of y'all's kids talk to y'all. And what do y'all do? You go put that tree up. Fear. We are no cowards in the ISUPK. We don't fear society. We don't fear our kids. We fear the Most High. And the Most High said, don't do this. Don't be like the silly heathens that go and get all weird and cut down trees and decorate them and put them up in their house. Don't do that. So when our Father tells us not to do that, we just don't do that. I'm more scared of my father than I am of what? You call me a Scrooge, a Grinch? What? Your child throw a little tantrum and then get the hell over it? It's vanity. It's vain. Keep reading.
For they cannot do evil.
Yeah, they can't do nothing. What's the tree going to do to you? Huh? If you don't put the tree in your house, what's it going to do to you? Huh? What, the Christmas tree going to grow legs and come get you in your dreams and your sleep? Huh? It's going to come chop you down? I'm sure there's some spooky movie about it. If not, there will be. I want my royalties. Where the Christmas tree that you didn't go chop down and celebrate comes and chops you. Salakia, TikTok. I did not mean much of that. I meant that in the most innocent, joking way possible. But you get my point. You're afraid of this tree. You're afraid of what will happen if you don't. Here's the funny thing. You're not afraid of what happens when you chop down a perfectly good tree and you stick it in that house and it dries out and you're putting light bulbs with all kinds of shorts in it because you just use the same lights year after year. So you got the wires are now exposed. You understand? Some of y'all got them dumb candles in your windows. What about when you put that tree in your house and now you've got a very combustible situation? Huh? You don't think house fires increase at this time of year behind these decorations, behind all this decking? Huh? Ooh, you're looking at it wrong. You're afraid of something that can't happen and then creating a situation where there are terrible things that can now happen. You understand? You're exposing yourself to unnecessary risk with these dry Christmas trees, man. Keep reading.
Neither also is it in them to do good.
Don't you know there's nothing good coming from this tree? You done cut this tree down. What was it supposed to do now? Poop presents? Huh? What's it gonna do? You're gonna grow some fruit that you can eat now that you done cut it down? What's going on? Nothing. The tree gives you nothing except a safety hazard right in your living room. You understand? With your children that you love so much, and now you're bringing a you know what I'm saying, a damn Smokey the Bear alarms going all off. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a very vulnerable situation. Keep reading.
Verse 6. For as much as there is none like unto thee.
Yeah, like they're comparing. Keep reading.
O Lord.
Oh Lord, Yahweh. Go ahead.
Thou art great.
Go ahead.
And thy name is great in might.
Listen, you think this Christmas tree has more power than the Most High? Huh? You think this Christmas tree can give you anything that the Most High can't give you? We're gonna go ahead and let me get the book of Psalms, chapter 81. Verse 8, if I could. Now, well, and let me quickly go over, right? If you really want to take a look at how insane this tradition is, or even look at its roots, all you got to do is look up Nimrod. Okay, Nimrod. When you put that Christmas tree up in your house and you're decorating it and you're putting the balls and bells on it, and then you're taking and putting the gifts under it on December 25th, just know you're worshiping some ancient Babylonian king named Nimrod. All right? That's it. That's it. And he was disgusting. He made a baby with his mother. You understand? He made a baby with his mother, and then he passed away. When he passed away, his mother, who was queen, told she told everybody that she buried him next to an evergreen tree or a stump, and then she said overnight this evergreen tree sprung forth, right? And his birthday was December 25th. And in order to honor him and to, commemorate how great he was, and he was all deified and all of this, he's so great. And he revisits these trees every December 25th. And it is up to you to pay homage and put gifts under the tree as tribute to a dead guy named Nimrod. That's your Christmas tradition. That's what your pastor has allowed to be practiced inside of the church. When God says don't do that. You understand? Said, learn not the ways of the heathen. Learn not the ways of the Nimrod worshipers. You understand? Learn not the way of Babylonian kings and things like that. Learn not the way of people who worship the stars and the moon and the sun and all kinds of weird things. He said, don't learn those ways. But here we are in the Christian church. We celebrate. There's a tree in your church. I promise you that. There's a tree in your church. Go ahead, Art.
Psalm chapter 81, verse 3.
Go ahead.
Blow up the trumpet.
Salakia, Psalms chapter 81, verse 8.
Psalm chapter 81, verse 8.
Go ahead.
Hear, O my people.
Listen, man. Here, you should listen to this. If you're the pastor of some type of congregation out there, listen to this.
And I will testify unto thee,
Go ahead.
O Israel,
Who?
Israel,
Everybody,
Israel,
all y'all,
Israel,
Israel. Listen, Israel. Go ahead.
if thou wilt hearken unto me.
Go ahead.
Verse 9.
If thou will listen to the Lord thy God, man, just like in Deuteronomy, hear what he's saying and then obey it. That's hearken. You understand? The root word is hear, but then you got to do it. You understand this? It ain't supposed to go in one ear and out the other ear like it's like some of you are going to do with this stream and this class. You're going to hear this information. You're going to hear these scriptures. You're going to hear this history. You're going to hear where it's rooted, where it stems from, and you're going to go do it anyway. You're going to disobey God anyway. Keep reading.
There shall no strange God be in thee.
Say that again.
There shall no strange God be in thee.
There shall no strange God be in thee. We're not supposed to go and take Nimrod and put him in us by doing his custom. You know what I'm saying? The ritual to honor him. We ain't supposed to do that. That is not what we're supposed to do. Israel, don't do that. Everybody else is going to do it. You understand? Everybody else is going to do it. The Muslims are going to do it. The Hindus are going to do it. You know, the Buddhists are going to do it. The Rastafarians are going to do it. The atheists are going to do it. The Scientologists are going to do it. Sarnetter is going to do it. An Egyptologist, huh? A blackity black Egyptologist, comedian, comedic science. He's going to do this. Keep reading.
Neither shalt thou worship any strange God.
We're not supposed to worship no strange God. Now you find out that doing that ritual of putting that tree in your house, decorating it, and then putting gifts under it, you're worshiping a God you ain't even know. You ain't even know that you were worshiping Nimrod. Your pastor got you thinking that you worshiping what? The birth of baby Jesus? Huh? Because your pastor doesn't know anything about the Bible. He does know how to just go along with the masses. Huh? The Catholic Church does know how to go along with the masses. The Catholic Church just approved that they are going to bless same gender contractual marital partnerships. TikTok is tricky to navigate, boy. You understand? The Catholic Church, the Bible says is against it, but the Catholic Church says, you know what, we'll bless it because that's how they do it. They just go along with whatever society does. So despite what the tradition of Christmas really is about, your pastor will say, okay, it's about that, but we'll just say it's about Jesus. You understand? We'll just say it's about the birth of Jesus. Just like on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was the celebration of the colonists' extermination of the Native Americans. And they would have that feast every time they would conquer a village, every time they would wipe out a tribe, they would have that feast. And now your pastor does it and says, oh, it's just because you just bring the family together. No, you're honoring something wicked. In the ISUPK under command of General Yohana, we've learned not to compromise. We've learned to hear what thus saith the Lord and to hearken. We've learned to obey the Most High. We've learned to fear him, not being called Scrooge, not being called a Grinch, not being called not a team player because you're not at the office Christmas party, right? Miss me with all that. You understand? I'm going to obey my Father. And this is why. Keep reading.
Verse 10. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. This
is the same God that delivered our brothers and sisters, our ancestors from Egypt. You understand? Him, the one that has all that power. You know, you remember all the plagues? Huh? You remember the Passover? Huh? You don't remember that? Okay, that guy. Him. Keep reading.
Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it.
Don't you know that anything you need, he can provide for you. You don't got to go to Santa Claus to get your kids socks. You understand? You don't got to go to Santa Claus to get them an Xbox or a PlayStation. Huh? They don't have to write a letter to Santa or any of that nonsense. They don't got to go sit on, the oppressor's lap in the mall and take a picture with them in order to get, a little remote control car. You don't got to do those things. Keep reading.
Verse 11. But my people would not hearken to my voice.
His people would what?
Would not hearken to my voice.
Not hearken to his voice. We didn't obey him, man. We are some hard-headed people, man. Keep reading.
And Israel would none of me.
They would none of them. They didn't want nothing to do with the Most High. We want to play with Christmas lights. We want to play with Christmas lights instead of listening to the Most High. We want to burn our house down with a dry Christmas tree instead of obeying the Most High. We want to max out them credit cards, buying a bunch of useless toys and gadgets. You understand? A whole bunch of gifts to try to buy people happiness and trying to buy the love and approval from people instead of obeying the Most High. Keep reading.
Verse 12. So I gave them up unto their own heart's lust.
Listen, I love the way the Most High deals with us as his children, Salakia, because as a father myself, I get that. I keep telling my son over and over and over and over to do this, do this, do this, do this. But there comes a time where it's like, you know what? Do whatever you want, man. Go knock yourself out. I tried to tell you. That getting high is going to destroy your life. You understand? Tried to tell you that, different lifestyles are going to lead to some very, those alternative lifestyles. There's a lot of rough stuff that comes with that. Ask the monkeypox, ask the AIDS epidemic, ask these different aspects in that community. You understand? Keep reading.
And they walked in their own counsel.
Yeah, walked in our own counsel. We thought we had it all figured out, right? We know what to do. We just gonna follow our heart. And this time of year, I don't know what it is, but my heart's telling me to go get a Christmas tree. I don't know what it is. No one tells me what to do, but for some reason, I'm gonna put lights all around my yard and all around my house. You understand? I'm gonna put the wreaths on the door, the red bows. I'm gonna put the mistletoes up, right? I'm just gonna do these things because it's what I want to do, not because you're being mind controlled by, some heathen custom, some oppressive, mastery of mind control and psychological trickery. Keep reading.
Verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me.
It says, oh, that my people had hearkened unto me. The Most High is saying, oh my God, if my people would have just listened to me, if they didn't go and celebrate Christmas, if they didn't go and celebrate New Year's, if they didn't go and worship these other gods, if they didn't go and become drug addicts, if they didn't go and eat a bunch of pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, if they didn't go, just being terrible to each other, if they would have just listened to me, keep reading.
And Israel had walked in my ways.
And just walked in my ways. Why couldn't they just do it the way I said it? If they had just listened to me and walked the way I told them to walk, worship the things I told them to worship, not worship the things I told them to not worship. Keep reading.
Verse 14. I should soon have subdued their enemies.
He would have done what?
Subdued their enemies.
He would have done what?
Subdued their enemies.
He would have subdued our enemies. Anybody got enemies? Anybody got any ops out there? And I ain't talking about the ones that, are your brother. I ain't talking about no beef with your brother. I'm talking about on a larger scale, nation versus nation. You got no enemies? The Lord said he would have subdued your enemies, man, if we would listen to him. But we would rather, sing Feliz Navidad. We would rather sing joy to the world and continue to suffer and be unalived. Keep reading.
Verse 14.
Second half of it.
Yeah. And turn my hand against their adversaries.
Don't you know the Lord would have dealt with the oppressor for all of the crimes that he's committed against us? Don't you know he's waiting for that? Don't you know he's waiting for that judgment and that justice? He's not going to give us that justice as long as we keep holding hands with our adversaries as they continue to destroy us. You understand? we continue to take on their culture and their customs and their traditions, he's not going to do anything to subdue our enemies or put his hand against them. We got to change the work that we're doing with our hands if we want change. And one thing you can do is such a powerful thing. It's a powerful thing because before you do it, before you decide and then follow through with not celebrating Christmas, it's going to seem like one of the hardest things you've ever done. But what's amazing about it is when you get on the other side of it, come December 26th, December 27th, you'll realize that you didn't miss anything. You understand? All you're going to realize is you saved a lot of money. Huh? And you didn't burn your house down with silly decorations, right? You're going to be better off. There's some, people talk about this time of the year. Anybody ever heard of seasonal affective disorder? No? Okay. What it is in the name, seasonal affective disorder. Basically, it's when your emotions are regulated by different seasons of the year, okay? And this affects a lot of people. And the reality is this holiday season, there's such an increase in depression, anxiety, and stress, despite what the media paints as what Christmas is supposed to look like, all joyous. The reality is, even when you're out there practicing this holiday, even when you're out there pretending to enjoy this holiday, you're really not. You're being forced to be with family members you don't like, right? Christmas is like that mandatory family reunion. They have that dinner. You got to go, huh? Despite the abuse and the assault that you might have experienced as a child, you're going to go and you're going to have to be around those people. It's so uncomfortable. And then the stress related to having to get all of these gifts for all of these people, right? Because, I mean, if someone gets something for you, you got to get something for them. Well, are they getting something from me? I don't know if they're getting something from me. But if they do, I got to get them something just in case they get something from me. And you end up in this whole world of trying to please everybody, right? You're trying to create the image of Christmas, which is not realistic. The expectations are too high. It's not real, okay? Which is why people suffer from seasonal affective disorder, even if they're not formally diagnosed. Depression is rampant between fall, the end of fall and the beginning of winter. Go figure. That's now. That's this holiday season. You understand? They try to attribute it because the days are shorter and this and that, and then chemicals and all. This season, it really sucks. But people talk themselves into being, pretending to be jolly when there's nothing to be jolly about. You understand? Breaking yourself to try to provide Christmas gifts, or then damn, what about having to humble yourself and go to those organizations that give you the gifts for free because you can't afford it? Huh? Imagine eating that humble pie, huh? Where your kids are getting the Christmas gifts that other people's kids don't want. And you've got to wrap them up and give them to you. It's tough. You understand? It sucks. It's garbage, man. And what the funny thing is, I'm not going to say it's funny, but the Bible says we just shouldn't do Christmas. If we don't celebrate Christmas, then we're not subject to that. We're not subject to those expectations and those demands that depress us, stress us out, give us anxiety, and bankrupt us. We don't have to suffer that. But there's a we short on time, but there's an article about some things that you can do to avoid, that emotional valley during this time of year. And this is from the some health website, you understand? All right, listen. So if you don't want to listen to the Bible, listen to what some psychologists say to do to beat the holiday blues is what they call it. Look up Christmas blues. All right. Check this out. This is what they say. Well, I'm just going to read a few of them, right? Number one, stick to normal routines. That's what the doctor says. If you're tired of being depressed this time of year, you tired of getting all sad and crying yourself all damn Christmas season, stick to normal routines. What does that mean? If you stick to normal routines, Aliyah, it means just kind of go along as if it's not happening. Like just do what you would do if it wasn't Christmas. Doctors are saying that people should just not do it. Just do what you did in October and November. Just do those things. Don't decorate. Don't do this. Don't do that. What else does it say? It says, be realistic. It said there's no such thing as the perfect holiday. Well, ain't that what stresses us the hell out? Trying to make Christmas be real Christmas? Trying to recreate that nostalgic Christmas that you remember from childhood that you're never going to get. You're chasing a Christmas high that you'll never achieve again. Because you know what happened? You were a child and you saw the lights and you saw the presents, and life couldn't be freaking sweeter. But then you grew up a little bit. And just because there's lights and just because there's presents, it doesn't mean that life don't freaking suck. It doesn't mean that you don't still got bills. It doesn't mean you don't still got problems. It don't mean you're not still fighting addiction. It don't mean you're not still, dealing with all types of issues that life throws at you. You're an adult. So the lights and the music, it doesn't make it go away. And you know that. And you're playing along and you're seeing everybody else play along and you're feeling less than because everybody else is happy, but I feel like, so I'm going to just pretend. Be realistic. You understand? What does it say? It said, let go of the past. Let go of the past. You're chasing the nostalgia of childhood past where, life couldn't be sweeter. You were a child. You ain't have no bills. You didn't have no responsibilities. Huh? You were happy to get a damn a Lego block. Huh? You couldn't have been happier with that bucket. You know what I'm saying? Like a can. You'd be happy with a can of beans as a child. Don't be trying to don't forget that nonsense. Don't be trying to recreate that feeling, that euphoria. Don't do that. Be realistic, man. You understand? We live in hell. We live it, accept it. And then do something about it. And you don't do something about it with this tradition. This tradition it's vain. Remember what I said about the water pill? That little bit of water, that's not going to fix the problem. Putting lights up and putting a tree up isn't going to fix the hell that you're living in. Turning back to the Most High will. But you taking the pill pisses the Most High off. So now you're really not getting what you need. You see the cycle? Here's the last thing it says. Well, it's several, but this is the last one I'm going to read for time's sake. It says, start a new tradition. Doctors are saying, okay, Salakia. Doctors are saying, bunk that Christmas stuff. Psychologists are saying, okay, forget Christmas. Come up with something new. Come up with something new. Don't do that. Come on, do something different, man. And now, come on. If you don't want to listen to the Most High, who told us not to do these things, who told us that doing these things are useless, who told us that these things actually hurt us, then listen to the PhDs, you understand, that study human behavior and study, the patterns and the trends of people being miserably depressed this time of year, despite how they may paint it with Christmas lights, you understand, and ornaments and silver and gold, and just do what they say. Don't celebrate it. Make a new tradition. Stop chasing that nostalgia. You understand? Now, that's why we're the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. The wisdom in the Bible is practical. If we would just do it, we wouldn't have the seasonal affective disorders, you understand, that lead to self-unaliving shortly after. You get into this funk this time of year, and now a couple months later, you're done with it all together, man, and you can't go on. You understand? So again, the practical knowledge, man, that's what we do here, man. If anybody's got any questions, man, again, you can email them, you can DM us, you understand? Any of the social media sites, right? You go ahead and just tap in, man. We answer all questions. We got classes all the damn time, typically from 7 to 9, but you know, we're global, so it's different time zones. There's gonna be classes all the time. You understand? But again, just ISUPK.com, man. Just get in touch with anybody, all right? So with that, I want to say Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shah Barakatham to the Akim, Yahweh Shamar Alathan Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shah to the Akwathium, Salakia, Passover, April 20th, Durham, North Carolina. Get there. Make your arrangements. That it is happening. You understand? It is happening. Get there. You want to celebrate something, you want to go be a part of something that doesn't leave you with buyer's remorse. Come join us at the Passover. You Black, Hispanic, you Black, Latino, or Native American, come join us at the Passover, man. You understand? Come serve a living God, right? All right, with that, shalom, Israel.